principalities. They have signed over a space, and if you enter there and what you are looking for is to come and preach to human beings first. Now you know why he says, pray ye the Lord of the harvest first. If you don't ask for the souls of men, it cannot be given to you. The Bible says, ask and I will give you the hidden for your inheritance, and the uttermost part of the world for your possession. You will first receive it from God first, then you can go and possess it. God gave Canaan already to the nation of Israel, but the war to possess it. Why do we go to preach to people that we have not won their souls in the place of prayer? Why do we go to speak to people that our knee have not secured their salvation? You think it's about words? It's a clash of thrones. It's a clash of thrones. The young man is committing that sin, and you can see some of them cry in the night. He cries because that's not what he wants to do, but a power is forcing him under government. It is all kinds of authorities placed over him to make him do things that he does not want to do, and so it will take beyond words to draw him out of that path. As a prince concerning Jacob, he says, you have labored with God and man, and you have prevailed. You have power with God and with man. If you are not intending intentionally to begin, all of our kingdom exercise by winning verdicts with God first. When we enter the midst of people, you can speak to 5 million people, and you will think you have taught the nation. You will find out at the end of the day your harvest is meager, very little. The souls that will be won and will remain, it's not about how many people came out emotionally and gave their life to Jesus. In the days of the elders, you can see a prostitute run for Jesus. Her life changed before your eyes. She became a Christian and remained a Christian and won other disciples too. But in a day like ours, the decisions are superficial. A man comes to Jesus and the next day you still see him. We entertain it. We think that with time, but this was not how the fruits of the elders were, because they secured these men from the spirit realm first. Who is it that wants to enter the house of a strong man and spoil him of his good that does not first bind him? How did we go to start talking lofty things, bogus conversation, yet we have no authority with the heavens? Truth does not bow when we speak. They don't know you, so in the day where you speak, they come and say, Jesus we know, Paul we know, but who are you? You have no credential in the spirit. Because people rush out, people begin to think it's about making a name. So all kinds of names. The world has never had the number of apostles. Never in history have the world recorded the number of apostles who are currently littered across the face of the globe, and yet the world has never been as sinful as it is now. Titles. Today is a wake-up call. It's a time to keep pretense aside, a time to secure verdicts with God. When you leave retreats like this retreat becomes an open door to another personal retreat for you. You go back and say, Lord, give me Kaduna. When you start praying that prayer for 1 week, the first thing the spirits that be will do, they will shake something in your life first. The reason is to distract you from the venture you have committed yourself to. They will cause things to shake so that you will think, if instead of things to be getting better when I'm praying, it means this thing is not. If you turn your back, the Bible says there's no man that puts his hands to the plow that looks back that is fit for the kingdom. Because they will give you many reasons to look back. When you begin to contend, give me Kaduna State, things will shake. When those things begin to shake, stay on it. Very soon, the sign you will know that the heavens began to trust you gradually. You will begin to have little glimpse of visions and dreams concerning the things to happen in that space. Once they begin to give you clearance to function in a dimension of time that is ahead of the normal activity of the earth realm as touching a particular space, when you begin to see the things that will happen in a realm before it happens, know that they are giving you power in that realm, so that your own words, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, whatever you lose on earth will be loosed in heaven. And if you don't stay on these things, the labor of prayer eventually will be all over the place, jumping from program to program. But at the end of the year, you will not be able to hold a harvest, because everybody you thought you won, it immediately became clear to you that darkness snatched it from your hand immediately. Mind you, as I conclude, The challenge is not demons. And I can honestly and authoritatively say the things I want to say now. The challenge is not demons. When a man gives his life to Jesus, there is a nature in that man that is still compliant with the desires and the lust of the devil. And that is the flesh.